much. He's still got to buy bits of travel. He's still got to change that Dragon Lance for something. So that's something we should be wary of.
Looking at this Marauder right now, going very deep, might be in a lot of trouble if she actually gets scouted out. She didn't go for the F-Blade, she's actually gone for a full-on fighting build with the Butterfly. Oh, here comes Slark coming in right now, Moonlight Shadow being popped. They're going to wrap around, will they actually be able to, are they going to go for the Terrorblade? No, they're going on the backline, there's the Arrow Flight here on the Sand King. They won't actually do anything except Dragonite turns around, goes onto the Slark. Slark casts his BKB on the backlines, the Sand King is nearly dead, but now they turn around, going on to the Slark. Slark's taking a lot of damage, but he uses his ultimate and he does manage to go toe-to-toe up against the Terrorblade, but unfortunately the Sunder of the Terrorblade keeping him back up alive, and there's the Terrorblade Illusions basically killing off the Dragonite right now. The Terrorblade Illusions killing off, and that's Koala Cola getting a double kill because of those illusions. That is 3 heroes down, and now it is the Guardian's Greaves, not the Guardian's Greaves, the Guardian Angel coming up from Omni Knight. That's 4 heroes down. What can XPC do? Those illusions from the Shadow Demon are literally killing the entire team.
Yeah, they're just too damn strong. There's also a Mjolnir up over here on the Marana. I saw they can dropped over onto the Slark. That's really big with the Butterfly as well. They're just really trying to deal damage to the Slark. He's really close to killing him there, but still, he's so evasive. He's got BKB, he's got the pounce, he's got Dark Pact as well as his ultimate. So they really having a tough time trying to stop the Slark from really demolishing their backlines.
Do you possibly tell, well, if you're XPC, do you just tell the Terrorblade, please don't fight with us?
I don't think you do, because he's the only reason why they nearly killed the Slark at the end of the day.
But he's the reason why half their team died as well. Well, there's the buyback on the Terrorblade right now. Will we be seeing this go to a game 3? Terrorblade, of course, does have Sunder available right now. There is no Shadow Demon right there. Oh no, Shadow Demon is there if they actually want to go for him, and Shadow Demon's already used the illusions, just eating away at their own racks. Meanwhile, they want to go on to more. They do manage to actually hex up the Slark, but the Slark now all of a sudden he gets the procs through the Lincolns up on the from the Marauder as well as the Mjolnir, and they get the racks. They back off. Currently LN looking extremely strong.
Yeah, this Marauder is doing such good work as a sort of a support for the Slark, giving him the Lincoln Sphere, giving him the Mjolnir sort of aura. So he's just able to really utilize so much. He's got so much defense, including a Lincoln Sphere that comes out from the Marana. So I don't know, XPC are a really tough place here. They sheeped him up and they still didn't even bring him below half HP without the Terrorblade being in Metamorphosis. So, and when the Terrorblade does go into Metamorphosis, then all of a sudden the Shadow Demon destroys everyone in your team. So man, it's really looking tough here for XPC to really pull this back.
Yeah, and I have to say I do like this from the Marana, you know, not going shotgun but actually going for Lincoln's, Battle Fury, Mjolnir, going for a more fighting lineup. However, they do decide to jump onto the Marana right now. The Marana might just instantly be blown off. She of course does have buyback if she needs it.
Yeah, it's not too bad of a loss, so maybe overextending a bit, but didn't expect that kind of smoke. A good YOLO play that came out here from XPC, but at the end of the day, that's pretty much all they can get. There is Roshan
going straight here onto the Nature's Prophet. The Nature's Prophet taking a bit of damage. However, the mini bashes did actually help him out. Now the Slark uses his BKB. He's going toe to toe with the entire team. He has to actually jump away, and here are the illusions coming through from the Shadow Demon, just cleaving through the Dragonites. I mean, this Shadow Demon is going crazy. On the backlines, they want to try and get more kills, but they will only be able to pick off Illusionist.
Oh, and another. Slark's down. 2 down for nothing.
Yep.
Pretty good exchange here for them. Again, and a buyback was forced down from the Marana, however, so that's something to at least acknowledge for the side of XPC.
Well, looking at the Nature's Prophet pushing in towards the bottom lane as well as the mid, doing quite a bit of damage to that tier 3 tower. I mean, this is what the Nature's Prophet has to do for them to be able to still stand a chance in this game, because the Dragon Knights every single time... Oh wait, yeah, Marana picked up Aegis. I missed that one. Every single time, the Dragon Knights, I think, for the past like 4 fights, has been killed due to the illusions coming through from the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon sitting on 8 and 6 and 21. He is he is the semi carry.
Is he pulling a It's surely a Lotus Orb.
That should be a Lotus Orb, but we actually see an engagement coming through right now into the enemy jungle. They do of course manage to hex up the Slark, and they are going to back off from this. A very aggressive play.
Yeah.
A very cheeky play.
the Slark is still pretty. It feels quite immune. I mean, he's not really taking too much damage from anyone. It's just a major problem. And then, like I say, the one hero that can kill him kills his own team. So it's just this really dire situation they found themselves in.
And I don't see...
look at this. He's going to take the tier 3 tower with these illusions.
Will he get it? Will he get it? No.
Oh.
He's just
man.
like, stop using my illusions against me. I don't see the Terrorblade actually building up into an MKB anytime soon. He doesn't have the money.
Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. He needs to make sure he has buyback as well, which is still on a 3-second cooldown. But even so, once that 3-minute cooldown, even once that's off cooldown, he needs to make sure he has that sort of cash in the bank.
I honestly think Illusionist is, I mean, he has to stand back. He has to stand all the way back. He has to get a good epicenter off. I haven't really been looking. There's been one or two, but I haven't seen any great epicenters coming through from him. But the problem is also all the BKBs up on the Night Stalker, for example, and on the Slark. And it's only a 5-second BKB at this point on both Nights, or 6 seconds on the Night Stalker. So he has to try and weather that out. He has to weather out the BKBs and then come in with an epicenter.
Still, the epicenter is going to be pretty negligible. Everyone inside of LN are pretty damn tanky, and will just be able to man it up. Even the
top lane, they're going straight here onto, once again, the Nature's Prophet. Will he actually be able to get out of this one alive? The arrow flies through. Oh, he manages to dodge it, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, that's a bit of a tough one there for him.
Nature's Prophet is sitting with 8,000 gold, dude. What is he doing?
He's built Ags. That's the reason why the lanes are pushing out and so on. But I mean, it's just not really gonna make all the difference. They're doing a good job at sort of controlling it.
The illusions once again going to town on these racks. The range racks are nearly down. Here comes Slug going straight in onto the Dragonite right now. He actually turns around because there is a buyback coming through from the Nature's Prophet. They do manage to lift up the Slug, push him back all the way towards the backlines. He, of course, does get repelled up. He does have his Shadow Dodge if he has to use it. The BKB comes through as well, and they're trying to do as much as possible, but the Murano, here comes the Guardian Angel from the Omni Knights. Is just saving them completely at this point. Meanwhile, on the backlines, there you go. We actually do see a disruption coming through. Who is this disruption onto? Once again, the Terrorblade Illusions. Look at those Terrorblade Illusions just going to work on the racks. They really don't care about the heroes. They're just killing the racks.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he should be doing. Really good play from the Shadow Team. He pretty much sacrificed his life for that rack. And that's pretty much what you're looking for. 2 people, 1 exchange here, and they're going to keep it going. The Sand King is pretty irrelevant at this stage. Even with the epicenter, he's not going to make much of a difference.
Well, are we going to see any kind of engagement coming through here from XBC? They're going in onto the Night Stalker. There's an epicenter coming through, managing to get the 1 kill. Now they turn around, going onto the Slug. The Slug is actually going to be the next one to drop.
That's big, but that's Ancients. Mega Creep. It's going to be a difficult defend here for XBC to be fair.
They were looking for that Murano, but the Murano's already out, so... Mega creeps up. We do see, I think this might be going through to game number 3.
This time you called it, remember?
Yeah, but you see, when I call it, I'm always right.
I'm not saying anything. I have nothing to do with this. But yeah, I can sort of agree with you. Game number 3 does look ominous.
This is a big pickup coming through from the Nature's Prophet, the Bloodthorn. I think they actually might be able to, if they do manage to pop off the Slug's BKB as well as the Lincoln's. But the Slug can also just Dark Pack this off, can't he?
Yeah, so they got to be... It's going to have to be a really good play coming out from the Nature's Prophet.
Now, well, Sheepstick into... I think he'll probably pop a Lincoln's with the Hurricane Pike, then he'll Sheep him, then Bloodthorn him and try and kill him that way.
Yeah, it's a lot easier said than done though. It's one of those scenarios. But with the swap of HP, Mirana's in trouble in the mid lane here. They could find a kill. I don't think Mirana does have buyback. 1 more minute left on that cooldown. So Hex now up here on the Omni Knight. Omni Knight's in a bit of trouble.
Will they be able to get the Omni Knight off? He does manage to use his purification. And actually turning on, going in onto the racks here. The Slug does not want to buy back here on 20 seconds. I think they'll just sacrifice the racks. They do, of course, use the Glyph of Fortification to try and delay this. But here comes the Shadow Demon once again eating into those illusions. Look at those illusions just completely shred the support on the backlines. And this is why Slog doesn't actually have to buy back. Now the Dragon Knight might be the next one to drop here because of those Terrorblade illusions. Dragon Knight is going to be the next one down. That's a double kill coming from Koala Cola. And now he turns around. The Night Stalker is being forced to buy back. They did, however, manage to lose the 2 racks. Meanwhile, on the backline, the Nature's Prophet is going toe-to-toe here up against the Night Stalker. However, the Slark is there, and that is going to be the end of the Nature's Prophet. Was that a buyback coming through from the Slark? No, it was not.
Megas versus Megas, man. This is a repeat of yesterday almost, so... This is
I did not call anything. I did not say Ellen was going to win.
Yeah, you jinxed it, man.
Okay,
It's
I am
not over.
sorry, but the Terrorblade is already killing everyone, and guess who's there?
Oh, goodness, look at that, Adam. Oh,
However, it's 74 seconds before he has Metamorphosis, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to work for him. However, here comes the Slot going in. They actually decide to go straight in onto the Sand King. The Sand King does Burrow Strike his way out. He uses his Ghost Scepter, so the Sand King's still all the way in the backlines. They're trying to go here onto the T4 towers. However, now they turn around, going in onto the Slog. Slog taking quite a bit of damage here because of that Rapier coming through. The stun, unfortunately, not hitting onto anyone right there because they had to back off with that. And they do survive. No extra kills or no extra deaths coming through from this. Let's have a look at the buyback status on the side of XPC. There is none. Oh yes, there actually is one here on the Terrorblade. Now the Terrorblade turns around, goes onto the Mirana, just completely shreds the Mirana, only on half HP now. It is the Guardian Angel coming through here once again from the Omni Knight, doing a lot of damage. They actually are turning around, going in here onto the Dragon Knight right now. The Dragon Knight might be dead. However, the Epicenter coming through from the Sand King, doing quite a bit of damage. The BKB being used up by the Slot, going to toe-to-toe with the Terrorblade. The Terrorblade has dropped the Divine Rapier. The Divine Rapier is being pinged up right now. This might actually be game. The buyback is there. GG's, well played. LN winning XPC in game number 2. This is leading us to a game 3.
Wow. What? This is incredible. So, first of all, the game starts off with XPC just marching down the lanes, destroying all the buildings.
And then you said they were going to win.
To come back. And then, all of a sudden, it just all hits the fan, and the Slark just comes back with some sort of monstrous plays. Him and the Mirana just doing a lot of work together with the Lincoln Sphere as well as the Mjolnir. I have no more words to add on the back of this.
Well, they said it could not be done, and Lovim Naprash, they just proved everyone wrong, except for everyone on Twitch. I mean, they were really supporting the team of, or the side of LN.